Well, hello. It's great to see you. Now, for those of you who don't know, a dram, according to the late, great Ian Banks in his book Raw Spirit, is a measure of whisky that is pleasing to both guest and host. Slàinte. So welcome back to my home village of Cellardyke once again, but this time from the air, with footage from my first ever drone flight from a few days ago. In this, my second episode, I'm going to be focusing in on Cellardyke Tidal Pool, also known as the bathing pool, the bavy, the bathing pond, or simply the pond. Its first official name, though, at its opening in 1933, was the Cardinal Steps, after Cardinal David Beaton, the Lord Chancellor and Archbishop of St Andrews, who landed here in 1539. Cut out of rocks largely by unpaid volunteers, its development was captured wonderfully by local baird of the time Poetry Peter, the fisherman poet, in his poem The Pond. Here's a few verses from it. A bathing pond they focht te macket, so we some mere they cooster jacket, skellies and rocks and stains they whack it, baith big and little, and mony a limpet shell they crack it, and mony a knuckle tay. Some workmen came frae Einster Pier, built up the dyke with all their gear, cleaned out a bit, losh I'll say here, they did their best, but left it tae the volunteer to do the rest. And fegs they came frae all the airts, frae fishing boats and plumins kerts, left joiners' shops and making terts, to break up skellies, clerks and grocers, slaters did their perts, the hearty fellas. At first the pond was meant for swimming, for lads and lassies, men and women, for sweeps or clerks, fishers or plumen, for laird or cotter, as long as ye proved that ye were human and paid your copper tay. Now, Poetry Peter goes on to praise the East Neuk Model Yacht Club and their races, who had had a hut built for them as part of the development. Changing rooms and a putting green were laid out on the Toons Green, where just a few decades previously, the Fifey boats of Cellardyke's once mighty 200-strong fishing fleet rested. A sign perhaps that Cellardyke's once mighty industrial fishing age was beginning to be replaced by the leisure and tourism age of the future. The pond or bavy grew into a major attraction until the 1960s, when the council sadly abandoned it as heated indoor swimming pools and cheap foreign holidays became more popular. Unfortunately, ambitious plans in the 1930s for a James Braid designed golf course on the links land you can see below fell through on the grounds of expense. We're now looking east along the Fife coastal path towards the adorable Highland Coos by the Sea Clan, ancient Caiplie Coves, and on to Crail. All places I'll explore with you in future episodes. Scanning around now, we see the mouth of the Firth of Forth meeting the North Sea, and now south on to the Isle of May. And now we're heading back west over the water to North Berwick and on to Edinburgh. Now, during the COVID lockdown, with indoor pools closed and no foreign travel, people began using the now crumbling and dangerous tidal pool again. Christine Wilson, the owner of the very popular Cellardyke Corner Shop, took it upon herself to try and breathe life back into the attraction again. And in the spirit of those original volunteers who created the place back in the 30s, Christine made a Facebook page and got around 40 volunteers to begin renovation works. Fife Council came on board and helped with new guardrails and steps. Surveys have been done and further fundraising and work is planned this year in order to bring our beloved tidal pool back to its former glory.